Hello, everybody. This is Universal Truth of Mankind. I am Dave, your host, and this is Kabbalah 101. So let's talk about Israel again. When I speak of Israel, I am not speaking of the land of Israel. I'm not speaking of the country of Israel. Rather, I'm trying to always focus on the real Israel. Who and what is the real Israel? Because of being in this material world, we always think of Israel as being something material. So if we say Israel, we immediately think, well, what is physically Israel? We say, oh, it's that land out in the Middle East that's called Israel. Now, technically speaking, Israel is a lot bigger than that. If you really want to look at the landmarks description of Israel, it's really bigger than that. So that's not what we're talking about. Then there's, well, what is Israel? We say, oh, the people. We're talking about physical people. So we look at the Jews. That's not what we're talking about here. What is Israel? When we study the name of Israel, it really is talking about Jacob, but not Jacob as a person, but Jacob as an attribute, direct to El, direct to God. What's significant about Jacob here? Jacob was called Israel because he wrestled with God. Not that he wrestled with God, but he was a partner with God. In other words, God gave his light, he gave his blessings, and Jacob grabbed hold of it all, loved God, and tried to share this with everybody, not particular descendants, but he tried to transform his family into a hope for the world. So the real Israel we're talking about is something that Jacob was tasked to create. So we're not talking about people per se. We're talking about a movement. We're talking about a total overhaul of this world where God becomes the center, the focal point of everything. We do because we love our God. We love the God with all our heart, soul, and strength. And we love our neighbor as a self, for I am Hashem. And these two are put together. And that's why you see Ruth saying, your God is my, actually says, your people are my people, your God is my God. Because she loved the people in Israel. She wasn't saying Jews. She's talking about the people who loved Israel. She loved. Those are the people that she was speaking of. She's not just talking about any random person. She's talking about people who have this high, important ideal of being an Israelite, not being the physical descendant of my mother's a Jew, my father's a Jew. It's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about a spiritual enlightenment of the person. That's the real Israel that anyone can become part of and can connect to. Don't let anyone fool you. People fool you by saying, well, let's look down here. Are you in the land of Israel? No. Okay. Then you're not an Israelite. Oh, do you have three mothers? No. Well, then you're not part of Israel. That's not what we're talking about. That's an entirely different situation. I'm not saying that they're wrong for what they're doing. I'm just simply saying that that's a lower level issue. I'm talking about the upper issue here, where we become the real Israel by our spiritual walk, by our love for fellow Israelites. Remember that 2 temples were destroyed because of what? Unwarranted hatred for others. So through love, we can become part of the real Israel, the spiritual side of things. Something to contemplate. I'm sure we'll have more videos in the future. Thank you so much. Please leave some feedback as well. And have a great day. Shalom, shalom.